It's Chris and David's health debate here. The topic that we are going to debate is health education does not get adequate curriculum time. The standpoint that we are taking for this argument is that we agree that it does not get enough curriculum time. It is critical that health education gets sufficient curriculum time as it teaches children functional health information, shapes personal values and beliefs that support healthy behaviours and develops the essential health skills necessary to adopt, practice and maintain health-enhancing behaviours. Some important key ideas and terms that you should be familiar with are what physical, mental, spiritual and social health is. Physical health is how healthy your body is. Mental health is how healthy your mind is, how well you cope with stress and your levels of happiness. Spiritual health is feeling of a sense of purpose, so doing things for others, not just yourself. Social health is communicating to others, supportive network of people, such as family, friends, etc. These four dimensions of health are what we believe is important to be looked after to become healthy people.
Health education needs adequate teaching time to develop students' dimensions of health. These include physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and social health. Promoting physical health in schools is quite important as young students need to learn the benefits of regular activity and they must understand why they should be active to ensure they are healthy members of society. Regular physical activity enhances students' ability to learn, which not only supports students' health, but also their well-being. This is not possible if physical health is not taught to students at a young age through health education. Physical activity helps younger students to burn off their energy, increasing their ability to settle in the classroom and focus on their work. Adolescents doing regular physical activity not only helps maintain a healthy body weight, but has been shown to lower levels of anxiety and depression, which is extremely beneficial and helps us feel good about ourselves. Physical health also covers nutrition and diet. This provides students with the information needed about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals so they understand what a well-balanced diet consists of and to be as healthy as they possibly can. Without learning about this in the classroom, some students may have no idea what foods are good for them and what foods are unhealthy for them. Physical health also covers the effects of alcohol and drugs and the effect that that has on your health, and also why rest and sleep is so important to your rejuvenation. Yet again, some children will not get this sort of information at home, so it is invaluable that health education is taught in primary school and given appropriate time to be taught, as students must be educated about health as much as other parts of the curriculum, if not more. Learning about physical health through health education gets children to develop an appreciation of the significance of physical activity, a healthy diet, the effects of alcohol and drugs, and rest and sleep. All of this makes students more confident that they are doing the correct things to being a healthy person.
Promote and develop mental health. Mental health is the state of how healthy your mind is. This is determined by how well you cope with factors such as stress and also your level of happiness. Promoting mental health is an important area which schools should promote in order to maintain the good well-being of their students. A school that promotes mental health would do so in forms such as education for the students, building a sense of belonging, and also developing of the students' social and emotional skills. On the other hand, torrents that could deter these building blocks of positive mental health could be peer rejection amongst students, experiences of bullying and discrimination, and also poor attachments that students could bring from home. Ways of promoting mental health at school range from providing safe and empowering and inclusive environment for students to come to, provide education on social and emotional learning, and finally, building family community partnerships. Building a safe environment for children to come to results in respectful and supportive relationships between children and young people, educators and families. Doing so would prevent and respond to bullying, discrimination and harassment. This could be done through various means such as digital technology, setting up An inclusive environment for students build great rapport for students as they are valued for who they are. Empowering students means allowing opportunity for students' voices to be heard and respected among their peers. Social and emotional learning introduces students to such skills such as self-awareness, so recognizing and managing emotions, social awareness, developing care and concern for others, responsible decision making, understanding and applying decision making skills, self-management, meaning how they handle challenges, situation effectively, and relationship skills, establishing positive and respectful relationships. Last of all, building family community partnerships allows for direct line of communication with students in need of support to community partnerships or services that may be able to assist the matter. Promoting and developing spiritual health. Spiritual health is the feeling of sense of purpose. This is one's ability to understand doing positive things for others, not just yourself. The learning of spiritual health correlates to what was covered in mental health. It is important that students understand the concept of sharing and that helping others is important to building more positive relationships. To achieve this, schools and educators should plan for tasks that allows reward for children who work together to achieve a certain outcome, and also allow students time to positively reward each other. This all comes under mental health in building a safe, empowering, and a respectful classroom. Students understanding this will develop empathy and also appreciate that doing something positive for someone else has the same impacts as if you were doing it for yourself.
Promoting social health in primary schools is imperative as it supports children and young people to develop skills to maintain positive relationships, but also helps students to develop resilience to social and emotional situations. Social health involves students being able to have interaction skills, friendship skills, conflict resolution, and empathy, all of which are essential to being a successful part of society. Teaching social skills are just as important for success as academic skills are, although it probably isn't seen as important. This shows through the lack of curriculum time health education gets. This is where students learn social skills. Social success is critical for broader success. For some children, it takes longer to develop, so it must be specifically taught, and the only way to do this is through health education, meaning there must be adequate time given to health education in the curriculum to ensure children develop the skills required to be healthy people in society.
Now we move on to the possible rebuttals to this argument. It is absurd to think that health education should get the same curriculum time as English and numeracy, as it is far more important that children learn how to read, write, and know mathematics. These are essential for them later in life, whereas the things learned in health education they will learn as they mature in life. Health education is a hard area to teach, and teachers may not be confident in what they are delivering to the students. In an era where teachers are asked to focus more on delivering literacy and numeracy outcomes, it is the lesser subjects such as health, art, language, who get pushed aside and handed over to a specialist who then delivers the content. Throughout schools in Australia, the main teacher in the classroom oversees and carries out all this literacy and numeracy work. Teachers are not specifically trained to deliver the health content and tend to avoid it or not teach it at all. This starts from before teachers enter the classroom. Students at university who study teaching are only required and go through 2 semesters worth of health education for primary school in a 4-year course. That's 2 out of 8 semesters where future educators are required to undertake a health education subject. Compare this to subjects such as literacy and numeracy, which is a required subject for students to complete every year. How is this enough learning for educators to go out and confidently teach health? Furthermore, with the federal government introduction of literacy and numeracy testing for graduates who must pass before they are able to work in the classrooms, this places further emphasis that the government's position on only needing teachers who are capable of delivering literacy and numeracy outcomes in schools. This rubs onto educators and gives them the idea that literacy and numeracy should be more concentrated on. Additionally, This theory is also evident in which the Victorian government now fund schools. Funding money to schools is now determined by students' results in their NAPLAN tests. These are literacy and numeracy tests. Doing well in these tests means your school is paraded around on my school, while doing badly means you get funding from the government to try to find tools to improve these areas. For a school to deliver a full functioning health subject, it requires to bring in expertise of the field and people who are trained to teach the content. Bringing more personnel into school results in more money taken up in school budgets, where these money can be spent in improving schools or developing and providing better technology for students to use.
In summary, an effective curriculum provides enough time to promote understanding of key health concepts and practice skills. And if we want the children of Australia to grow up to be successful in the world we live in today, then it is a non-negotiable that students are taught health from as early as possible. This will ensure they are exposed to developing physical, mental, spiritual, and social health, and the only way this is possible is through schooling, and this is why it is important that health education is given adequate curriculum time. This is how we can be certain that children are getting the most out of their education, and also that the education system and us as educators are doing everything that we possibly can to give the students the best possible opportunity to be a successful part of their community and a successful and healthy person throughout their lives.